What's up, everybody? Happy, I don't know what Monday you want to call it, misery, victory. It's our off-season, episode 409. Calling this one Coordinator Carousel. OC has been selected. Cliff has gone bye-bye. And we don't have a DC at the moment. Lots of good playoff football is upon us. And already getting the party started with Mr. Neo Nero. Have a seat, Eagles. Our buddy Terrence. Terrence might be a little upset about that. I hope he's doing okay. Maybe.
I noticed he suddenly didn't want to come on.
check in with us, maybe. But yeah, fellas, what is crack-a-lackin'? Joined by always the great Dev and Phil. What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's going on, Command This Nation? It's been weird. I really have not cared about any of this postseason.
There's been some really good football though.
Good games, we'll talk about it. But it's like I watch these with zero emotional investment at all.
Best.
Like.
It's the best.
Yeah,
not free.
But it also kind of like I do watch them a lot more passively. Like I acknowledge the good games, but I'm not sitting there like, oh my god, I gotta watch. I gotta block off this part of my day. It's like, oh cool, it's on. Let me see what's on. Oh, it's a good game. All right, play on my phone, do whatever. Texting bitches, doing. I go about doing normal things. I don't shut out the rest of the world and focus on the game and the group chat and the game thread, and that's it. Like now, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do some laundry. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's weird to not be to watch these games with zero emotional investment. I had a great laugh at the Eagles losing, but. Just means we're going to have different teams in Super Bowl this year. No Chiefs. They weren't even in the playoffs.
Right.
Eagles got bounced early.
Yep.
Is what it is. But I thought it was. I definitely had a laugh at that. But, other than that, I mean, hell. I got more important things coming up.
Yeah, Dev, you have to give Shy Guns an honorary Glock Dookie today.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was on him.
He was
there.
He was cursing.
Nah, he wasn't there.
Oh, I saw pictures of him, but I couldn't tell if he was there.
He was at the game to get there, I think, though.
Oh, okay.
But he was pretty sick. He's still talking bad about him, man. They still talking bad about the Bears, man. He'll send me all kinds of memes about Williams. You big man, huh, boy?
Man, it's almost up there with the Dan Quinn coached Falcons meltdown versus Tom Brady, 28-3 versus 21-3. It's pretty close. But they were talking about firing Matt LaFleur, but it looks like now they're talking contract extension. So I don't know, man.
Apparently they did extend him.
Oh, okay. That was at lunchtime. I was watching the screen. It said a possible extension. That Shanahan coaching tree, man, is pretty damn good. It's very strong.
Strong indeed.
Man. Another minute, guys, as I get some of this stuff posted in the socials.
Forgive me, I had to pull out my boomstick.
Your boomstick.
All right, no free plugs, but they're gonna get one anyway. Boomstick, right here. Boom stick.
It's like a butt plug, bro.
Oh, the is that the nasal?
Yes, it opens up your nasal passages.
Yeah, I had that.
Hear me over here.
Long time ago when they right after they kickstarted. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
I
got a whole pack of them over here.
Yeah, the menthol.
It's got like eucalyptus oil and stuff.
Yes,
you inhale it. It opens up your nasal passages. You breathe.
It really does.
Better. I hit it usually twice a day. Sometimes I do it before the podcast so I get sound clear. But I do it before bed. That way, no snoring or nothing like that, because I do have very narrow sinuses. So no snoring when I'm asleep. I can tell because I wake up, my throat's not sore. Get up in the morning before I go to the gym, hit the boom stick, because the boom boom stick opens up nasal passages. When I'm in the gym, I breathe easier.
Yeah.
Oxygen in as I'm lifting. So yes,
Never does you wrong. Never does you wrong. That's right.
So that's why I had to go off screen real quick. I was like, I don't want people to see me shove stuff up my nose.
Like, what's Phil doing over there? A little
But since I talked about it, here we go.
Candy over there. Yeah, those things are great. I probably still have a couple old sticks. And you know what? I let them sit for a long time, and then smelled again. Still potent. Still potent. They last for so long.
Yeah, I already did the citrus one. This is spearmint.
So this show is not brought to you in part by Boom Boom.
It should be.
Y'all listening?
Boom Boom.
We need some sponsors, damn it.
We haven't had a sponsor in a while. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, or else we're gonna be like every other pod, and we're gonna start, doing Blue Chew and Manscaped.
Even Manscaped stopped accepting applications because it was overwhelmed. I emailed them years ago. They're like, "Oh, we're overwhelmed with sponsorship applications," and it's like
that's because they were sponsoring every podcast in the history of mankind.
You even had females who were on that train, like pitching the man products. It was hilarious, man. I don't know how they did it, why they did it, but anyways,
I tell you why they did.
Yeah,
money.
Some of those people sell. I end up getting. I have a couple Manscaped products I really like, man. Their beard trimmer is really, really good. I love it.
Yeah, I got a Manscaped beard trimmer.
Yeah, the kind that you swivel a knob and it's adjustable.
Yeah,
pretty damn cool.
But I got Skull one too.
Skull.
The skull ones you put in your fist and you rub around your head.
Skull shaver.
Okay, skull shaver. Yeah.
I have one of those, but it's not Manscaped.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Once again, Mr. Neo Nero, thank you so much for the starting us off right, man, with the super chat. That's fantastic. So last week, there's different versions of how this went down. The latest we're hearing is, Cliff was not fired. They agreed to part ways for new opportunities. Now, I don't know how you read between the lines of Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, in the most simplest terms, you can just say Cliff thinks he's going to get a head coaching job, so they decided to leave. But regardless, Cliff's offense still put up numbers. If you just look at on the surface, especially in the rushing attack. So a lot of people were actually kind of shocked. I was shocked when I saw that Cliff Kingsbury was not coming back. I don't know about you guys. It really surprised me. Unless he said, I'm going to be a head coach.
No, he's got so much head coaching interest. They just knew. I think it's one of those things where let's not stretch this out.
It makes sense. I mean, I don't think they just said that outright. They said that, in the most political friendly way possible, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, Cliff Kingsbury being out, I was kind of shocked, especially because he didn't announce. It wasn't announced. It wasn't, hey, I'm parting ways. It was, you heard the rumors about, OCs, and all of a sudden, boom, Cliff is out. And I really would love to be a fly on the wall. Did he get fired? Because the last tweets we saw was due to what was the words? Differences in. Hold on, I'll pull up the tweet here. Do you guys remember the exact words that were used? Due to differences in like creative differences or oh man, you guys don't remember?
I don't remember what the word was. The phrasing, it was just one of those things where it was just like, whatever. We all knew what the case was.
Yeah, and there's also this one right here. I'll share this very quickly. Right here, you guys remember this tweet. This is from Jordan Schultz. He said, for the audio crowd, part of the issue the Commanders had in the building is the front office meddling with the coaching staff on personnel and which players they use. Ongoing problem dating back to 2024 when they were having success, with the team struggling this year. It reached new heights and there was notable disagreements. Moreover, I have not gotten an impression Dan Quinn wanted to move on from his coordinators. So the way I read this tweet is that it was bestowed upon him to find a new coordinator. Is that how you guys take this, whether it's true or not? I don't know.
I think it is new. I mean, we knew Joe Witt was out.
Yeah, for sure.
But Cliff, I think they're just like, we're not going to try to fight to keep a guy
Marcus
as an offensive coordinator who is definitely going to get head coaching offers.
Right.
So why? Why drag the process out? If you cut him now, you can get your guy, whoever you want your guy to be, whether you're elevating him or you're going out and getting him, whatever, and we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
You can start this search immediately instead of dragging out the process because he's still under contract. Will he? Won't he? And then you'll have a bad interview, or an interview will happen, and he'll fall out of favor with the team. And he might be coming back. And then when he doesn't, the family starts going, "You could have kept him and you didn't." Blah blah. Blah. Just let's just hot night, cut it, be done.
Yeah,
I am perfectly fine with doing business that way.
Yeah. This tweet from Jordan says his understanding was offensive players, including the quarterback Jaden, were disappointed with the team's decision to part ways. Now, if you guys remember, his mom tweeted the day after the season was over. I mean, then maybe the same day, Jaden's ready to run it back with Cliff Kingsbury for 2026. You guys remember that? I have it saved. We can look at that tweet too.
I do, and I don't care.
So I wonder
Jackson,
if it was
Miss Jackson. I love you. You are a strong, beautiful woman
and an agent,
and hopefully available. Because I know you're getting because you're fine, and I know you're getting that money.
Well, I'm wondering
percentage off of Jaden's contract, but
were they aware of something was going on? That's why that was a public.
I don't think
backing. Because why would you randomly say that out of the blue? Oh, we're ready for next season with Cliff Kingsbury. It sounds pretty like a pointed. I don't know. What do you think, Dev?
I just think that she likes her son and she's gonna say whatever her son.
Yeah, but why mention Cliff Kingsbury at all? Just say we're ready for 2026. Blah, blah, blah. It's
unity. Unity at the time, Cliff was our offensive coordinator. Unity. Because here's the thing, we're gonna kind of touch on this more. They supposedly, according to Jordan Schultz, who by the way is not a local guy, says that the offensive players were disappointed in the team's decision. But then when they hired a new guy, what do I hear from these reports? Offensive players are really excited.
Yeah,
for this guy. You tell me. Which one's correct? Are they disappointed Cliff's gone? Are they happy we got this new guy? Is it both? Pick one.
Yeah.
But it's just like, and maybe that's the case. They were disappointed until they found out, that's just replacing them. Oh, we're good then. We're good. We're good.
Right here. Headed in the right direction. Officially loading JD5 KK season 3. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed very pointed. This was the same day that our last game was, and nothing wrong with it. I was just like, oh, that's odd. Okay, she really mentioned Cliff Kingsbury, but I don't know. Maybe thought it was maybe a public backing and support. You take this tweet, you look at what Jordan Schultz says. Players, supported him, but Cliff Kingsbury's never spoke herself. My issues with Cliff, we all talked about this. His situational game calling probably was lacking a little bit. Running when to run, when not to run.
I will say this. I mean, they did have an overall successful rushing attack.
Oh, absolutely.
I just wish it had been utilized more effectively in games.
Yeah.
Miss Jackson, I'm sorry your son may be disappointed he's not getting Cliff for another year, but
sorry, Mr.
realistically, you're kind of getting the next best thing.
In total, so this year's offense, it's kind of hard to rank this year's offense based on, we dealt with all that nonsense this year, but the offense was ranked 22nd in points scored and 22nd in yards. The rushing top 10, 4th in yards, 8th in touchdowns. That's pretty commendable.
With no clear number one back.
No. And going back to last season, which is probably a better metric to use, the 2024 season, the rankings were 5th in points for, 7th in total yards. The passing was 17th in yards, but the rushing attack, 3rd in yards, 4th in touchdowns. So he's been pretty consistent with with the yardage, anyways, for that matter.
Which is
But-
amazing because everyone thought he was just going to air it out.
I guess more or less people think it's more or less about the win, not the.
That's
amount.
true. Stats are, people say stats are hollow. So I get it. I get it. But I don't know. Final thoughts on Cliff leaving, guys. Would
Best of luck to you, Cliff.
where do you think he might land?
Giants.
Giants and Jackson Dart? I mean,
Come on. They saw what he did with Jaden. They're going to want some of that.
I'm just going to guess the Raiders, only because he's a California guy. He's a West Coast guy. Remember, he was advising, was it USC before he came to the Commanders? They're getting a new quarterback, either Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore from Oregon. One of those two guys is probably going to be their quarterback. I don't know. Raiders just kind of make sense.
It depends.
Not the Jets. Not the
Okay.
Jets. I hope he doesn't go to the Jets for his own sake, man.
Cliff is hard to read because Cliff is, a superstar coordinator, and he's still relatively young.
Yeah.
But he doesn't come off as a guy who's trying to find a spotlight. The spotlight kind of finds him. If you're trying to find spotlight, I would definitely hold firm on, he's going to New York. He's going to a New York team.
Yeah.
Whenever someone wants a spotlight, where did they go? New York. Or they go to LA, but there's no openings in LA. It's one in New York.
It's one in Baltimore too.
Baltimore ain't no damn spotlight. Ain't no, but everybody.
Easy move.
It's got a marquee quarterback, a team that's already playoff ready when healthy.
Jackson.
Why wouldn't you?
Easy move.
Why wouldn't you? A younger fan base, a cool quarterback. He wants to be the cool coach, kind of. It makes sense, man.
It does in that sense, but Dev, let's be honest here. Let's think about this. Ain't nobody looking at Baltimore as a media market capital of the world.
No,
you don't get a bigger spotlight because you're Baltimore's coach. You get a bigger spotlight when you go to New York City, you go to Chicago, you go to LA, Dallas.
Yeah.
Those are the ones. And it's funny because those are big legacy media towns, and the NFL eats that up.
They do.
So that's why I say that. But because Cliff is not somebody who seems to seek the spotlight, the spotlight seeks him. He's going to be a bigger deal wherever he goes. Now he goes to New York.
He just interviewed with Baltimore today. I've been just scrolling through Twitter, and boom, first thing pops up.
Baltimore and the Giants had already expressed interest in him before he didn't even release him from his contract. And there was one other team too that was named, and I think a total of 9 teams.
9 teams.
So had expressed interest in talking to him.
Marcus says Fernando Mendoza, and they're rebuilding. He is friends with Tom Brady. That's what I'm thinking. The Raiders kind of make sense.
Possible. I mean, it makes sense too.
But what if they get him and do bad, and then Rod, the Washington curse continues to follow Rod?
That's Rod's problem. Rod's the one who left the fan base.
Who went out to play? Didn't people go out from Washington to be in that organization? Scott. Yeah. That's right. Scott Turner. Scott
and his tots.
Yeah, Scott's tots. All right. I think the Raiders, if I was guessing, I would just say that one. That's just with what I said earlier. West Coast, new quarterback, probably have a lot of swag, a lot of sway out there. But and then as Cliff was departed, there was a lot of names that were floated out there before clearly David Blau was picked. But you started hearing as the wheels started to turn, you started hearing Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel, the coach of the Dolphins, who's wasn't fired at the time. Okay, he was still technically on board till they found a GM. But Mike McDaniel was probably the top candidate, that, including myself, former wide receiver coaches here in Washington under the Shanny regime. Offensive genius, young guy, can kind of connect with people, which might be better suited for a coordinator than a head coach. But McDaniel was the one I thought, but then, it makes sense for McDaniel not to come here, because if he has a head coaching shot, why would you come here where Dan Quinn could possibly be a lame duck coach? So, buddy or nobody, I wouldn't want to come here if I was Mike McDaniel. That's just, I that's what I think about McDaniel. I don't know about you guys, but McDaniel would have been sweet, but I didn't think he was coming here.
I thought he would. I think because he is such a high level coach, though, that I think that he was wanting to maybe wait out to see if he could get a head coaching job. Maybe that wasn't worth losing. You would have lost this guy if not. Because I think this guy would have picked up another, at the very least, been an OC somewhere else.
A new regime or like.
Well, I think let's say we hired McDaniel. I think the guy we got now, I think he goes somewhere else and becomes an OC.
What do you mean, David Blau?
Blau, yeah. If we had got McDaniel to come in here as an OC.
Oh yeah, and that's
Blau would have went somewhere else. And I think that it's like in this case, that probably was okay. But if you waited on McDaniel to make a choice and he didn't come here, then you lose Blau somewhere else.
Yeah, and remember, we've lost.
Blau's name has been brought up as one of
those
high young coordinators.
Yeah,
and he's been working with Jaden.
Yeah.
So I think that there's something to be said for the consistency. I
agree, Phil, and I ultimately thought it was going to be Tavita Pritchard. I think I've mentioned that many times in the offseason that he was the quarterback's coach, but he got the head coaching job at Stanford, rightfully so. He was also seen as a prodigy as well. But think of the coaches they let go previously. The Michelle McVeigh, he was our tight ends coach, and eventually offensive coordinator with Kirk Cousins for two seasons.
Yep,
and head coach Mike McDaniel was in house. Matt LaFleur was a quarterback's coach in house. Coaching the Packers. Kevin O'Connell, quarterback coach, coaching the Vikings.
Offensive coordinator after McVay, too.
Yeah. So I wonder if there was some revisionist history of letting, but from what people are saying, David Blau is kind of, like you said, Phil, he's kind of has that pedigree as well. But I don't know. Daboll, people were floating Daboll's name too, Brian Daboll. Because he did a lot of good work with Josh Allen in Buffalo, but I feel like Josh Allen was going to be successful. I don't know how much development he actually had. To be truthful, I'm not really sure. Hey, what's up, Jim Sleazy? What's up, my brother? Philly OC making more money than Sirianni. That's Kevin Patullo. Man, Philly fans are just going through it right now. They're going through it.
Packers fans too.
Yeah.
Can we now realize that yes, Jalen Hurts is just a really good game manager.
Yeah, I mean he has an MVP.
He threw the ball to AJ Brown.
He was good last year when he needed to be, especially in the playoffs. He was really good. He reminded me of like Joe Flacco in the playoffs. Like that 10 touchdown, no interception run, just flawless, never turned the ball over. That was his run last year. But you can't win in this NFL throwing for 130 yards a game. You can't. He has a lot of touchdowns combined, 37, 25 passing, another. But you have to move the ball downfield. Now they did last year, and people are just talking mostly about their offensive coordinator just needs to get drugged through the streets because, man, you see that offense perform at a high level, but I don't know. They're just going through it, man. The Niners, Purdy threw two interceptions and they still won. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that shortly.
The Niners defense did a little pushing of the Eagles.
Yeah. And George Kittle's Achilles. George Kittle's Achilles went pop, and he is no longer playing the
Poor
playoffs.
George Kittle. I just seen that video too when Harrison Smith hit him square in the balls.
Oh,
I think I shared that with you guys.
Yeah.
And he's just like literally, he's like, my fucking dick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and you look at the hit, like, ooh.
It sucks. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you rather get kicked in the nuts or give birth? Which one do you think hurts worse?
Give birth.
I disagree.
Give birth. Now I'll tell you why.
Man.
Women will give birth and then they'll say, I want another. You never hear a man say, I want to get kicked in the nuts again.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's why
I've never heard a man say I want to get kicked in the nuts again, dog. Nobody ever wants to. Right. So I hear women all the time, we won't have another child. So I'm saying
Give birth.
I'm saying kicked in the nuts is way worse. You remember the last time you got kicked in the nuts. You don't want that to happen again. But people be remembering having in birth.
No, I remember the
Nada,
first
nada.
This woman has had 7 kids, bro. I've never got kicked in the nuts 7 times.
Especially if they do it natural. Oof, more power to you.
That's a lie about your vagina.
I once got kicked in the nuts by someone with steel-toed boots on. You want to talk about pain?
Man, we used to play Rochambeau. You ever play that as a kid? We just slap each other in the nuts or something. Slap.
And I bet you YouTube will
hold up.
YouTube will now classify this as shocking content. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Let's roll this back here. Rochambeau, is that what you all call it?
Yeah, you throw like I got my friend Brent one time. He threw a book in the air and he reached up with 2 hands to catch it. I slapped him. Like, oh!
Where I'm from, Rochambeau is rock, paper, scissors.
Nah, we
Rochambeau.
Yeah,
Rochambeau. I never heard it called slap someone in the nuts.
Yeah. Which country though?
Hey, yeah. Just speaking of that, I y'all might have seen this. I was having fun on Facebook last night. I posted a little video and I said, whenever people ask me where I'm from, I tell them my dad's nuts. Probably the left one, because I ain't right. But anyway.
Boom, boom. I like it. I like it. Oh.
Because I ain't right.
I think I saw you put that somewhere. I think I was in the Commanders Hub or somewhere. Or
I put up on Instagram.
Oh, okay, that's where I saw it. Back to the Canner talk. So Brian Dable, he got fired in New York early in the season, right? I think he averaged 31.3 points per game with the Bills, and they got to the AFC Championship. And he was very high on Jaden coming out of the draft. You guys remember the Hard Knocks videos? We saw that he tried to stump the chump. He liked Jaden a lot, so his name was connected. Mike LaFleur, the Rams offensive coordinator, also off the Shanahan tree, was one of the names we saw floated. Excuse me. Sean McVay was willing to let him interview. Clay Kubiak, 49ers offensive coordinator, also off the Shanahan tree. So I got a little excited.
Is that Gary Kubiak's son?
I
would assume so.
Yes, I believe it is.
Gary Kubiak was offensive coordinator
for the Broncos,
and the
Texans. Yeah,
he was the forever backup to John Elway.
Yeah, that's right. But remember that Kubiak, so 2 guys coming off the Shanahan tree. I think it would have been nice for Jaden. We talked about this, before they shut him down. Under center, boot action, those plays Jaden would destroy. But we were just so shotgun heavy. So I was hoping we'd get one of these Kubiak disciples. And then Davis Webb. You guys remember Davis Webb?
Mm-hmm.
Former quarterback, played for the Texans.
I do remember him.
Not very long.
Play receiver too in Minnesota, right?
I don't know. I always known him as a quarterback, but his name was floated out there. So those were the offense, and they went with David Blau, man. So for them to go with David Blau,
somebody else wanted him.
It is David Blau. Was kind of. I get it. We talked about this before. He's a prodigy. He's learned from, if you remember, Darryl Bevel. He was the OC out in Seattle. Kevin O'Connell, Ben Johnson, and Cliff Kingsbury all described him as one of the smartest quarterbacks they've ever coached. So David Blau was a backup quarterback for Detroit. And, we talked about this before. Sometimes some of the best coaches are just backup quarterbacks. They don't have it physically, but they got it mentally. And so what I'm curious from you guys is what sort of offense do we think we might see from David Blau? Is it going to be strictly Cliff Kingsbury? Is there going to be some sprinkling of those guys I just mentioned, Ben Johnson, Kevin O'Connell, and Darryl Bevel? I don't know. What do you guys think David Blau might bring to the table?
I think it's going to be a little mix. And I think he's a young guy. He's probably going to have his own ideas too. He's been watching. He knows what this team can do. He's been on our sidelines. So it's not like he's coming in blind and has to watch a bunch of tape and then say, we're going to do this my way.
Yeah.
Now he's had a little bit of time to sit, and he's seen what this team can do. He's seen what the players can do.
Yeah.
And I'm fine. I mean, I'm very curious to see what we do with him.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a complete wild card. And you know what? 2024 was a big wild card year. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
We didn't know if Cliff was going to go out there, go 5 wide every play, and just run that spread offense, run the air raid. He said he wasn't. No one believed him. And, well, he proved that he was right. I think David Blau is you're going to see a good amount of the same, but he's going to put his own wrinkles in there.
Yeah.
He's a different human being, different coach. He's going to have different things to put forward.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, we did fire OG Bobby Johnson. He was let go as well a couple days ago.
Give me back my son.
My son. Son, if you take a life, you cannot replace that life you have taken. OG Bobby Johnson, man. What was that guy's name?
OG Bobby Johnson.
In real life. No. He also played. He was a teacher in the substitute. He was a teacher in the substitute. Love that actor. But yeah, Bobby Johnson's gone.
He was a stripper too with the girl from Saved by the Bell. Remember?
With Jesse Spano?
Well, yeah, he was in one of the movies.
Oh,
was he a dancer? Yeah, he was a dancer, right?
Dream Girl?
Yeah, he was a dancer.
I don't know.
Showgirls, not Dream Girls.
Showgirls, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Look it up, Phil. I know you know.
Yeah. But so my question, David Blau, guys, he's 32 years old. That's a great trend. You bring in, infuse some youth. The question I have is,
how old did you say he was?
32 or 31?
David
Blau.
He'll be 31 on July 31st.
So he's 30. Okay.
30 right now.
31. But what I'm trying to talk through is
closer in age to my son
yes,
than he is to me.
Correct. So he went from being assistant quarterbacks coach. He worked for Tavita Pritchard, assistant quarterbacks coach, to being the quarterbacks coach for half a season. Because you remember Tavita Pritchard left towards the end of the season, not even half a season. I think they're saying it was 3 games officially. What is it? 3 games? Sorry, 2 months. 2 months of being he went from assistant quarterbacks coach to quarterbacks coach for 2 months to being the offensive coordinator. He's never called plays in the NFL. Is there a concern about that? Because that comes with pressure. It comes with, all the things of being coordinator. I got to pick the right play at the right time, get all the package substitutes. That's a lot. And I'm hoping he can live up to it. But that's a lot. He was a quarterback, so that helps. That tremendously helps.
He was a quarterback. That's why I'm not worried.
They're used to spitting out a bunch of language and especially receiving a bunch of language in, 15 seconds in the headset? I don't know how long it stays open for. But Marcus says he will have a committee with Brian Johnson and Anthony Lynn. Remember, Brian Johnson was a coordinator in Philly with the year they got knocked out of the playoffs. They fired him. We hired him in Washington to be our running backs, run game coordinator and assistant head coach. And Anthony Lynn is still the running backs coach, who I really like Anthony Lynn. So he'll have some experience. The question is, will he have carte blanche of bringing his own staff, or is basically everyone stays, you're just moving up?
Yeah. Brian Johnson's our pass game coordinator, by the way.
Pass game coordinator, yeah. I thought he was going to get a shot, but does David Blau have carte blanche for this staff is the question. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find this out as interviews come along. And has David Blau even done an interview? I don't think he's done an interview yet since selected. That's forthcoming as well. But
it will be interesting. What will be interesting is to see if, because he's not hard set in the ways of the typical NFL, if this does lead to fresh approach.
Yeah.
Innovation
is always great. And at least there's personal familiarity with Jaden. So it's not a stranger. He knows what works for Jaden, what's not worked for Jaden, which to me is probably the most important thing in the world, is making sure Jaden's comfortable as your quarterback. You were the assistant coach.
Sleazy.
Yes, I'm concerned. He's never called an
yes,
offense.
I'm concerned. He's never called an offense in the NFL. His age and his goofy profile.
Yeah.
What's goofy about that pick? He looks like an average ass dude.
Yeah.
He looks like I maybe because of where I live, I see that same face 20 times when I just go out to the grocery store and back.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like an average dude, and that's fine. I don't care. Dude could have 3 eyes and 6 nostrils for all I care.
So a cool cool fact. I don't know if you guys know this. He is Kyle Hamilton's brother-in-law. Did you guys know that?
He's also Christian Gonzalez's brother-in-law.
I'm sorry. I said
Is that who
I
you
said
meant?
Kyle Hamilton. Christian Gonzalez. Why did I say Kyle Hamilton? I think because I was looking at the Baltimore picture of Cliff a second ago. Yes. Melissa Gonzalez is his wife, who's an Olympic
Hurdler.
and is the sister of Christian Gonzalez, cornerback on the Patriots. Yeah, good catch. I don't know why I said Kyle Hamilton. But do you guys remember the video when he was still playing in Detroit and he was watching his wife win a gold medal? Have you guys seen that video?
No.
Oh, I'll show it. It's super fast. It's super cool. Here we go. Right here. All right. We're in the film room watching this. Yeah, there's a much better version of that video, but
I mean, you should. It's and by the way, that's about
It's
the only
real
time I
cool.
would say, yeah, it's appropriate for you to root against your country in the Olympics.
Last summer, backup quarterback.
I'm not going to play that one because there's a big HBO on it. But
Oh,
anyways,
she's from another country.
she's Colombian. But she's
Colombian,
an
Brown ice.
American
She's
sprinter.
brown ice. Ice gonna mess you up, dog. Damn it, man.
She's
Damn it.
Colombian.
I
but
take
she
out
lives
that
in El
back. I'm
Paso.
talking
Nah,
about the
she's-
rapper. I'm talking about the
she-
rapper. Ice, baby. Outroots.
But Jim Sleaze is concerned about his age, and that was the question I was prodding you guys.
It's funny because we used to get complaints that we didn't get the untested, unproven, hot young coordinator type.
That's why I'm
Now
excited
we
for this.
do,
Yeah.
and everyone's complaining.
Yeah, that's why I'm okay with this because it's different. It's not the old head. You know, like I said, Mike McDaniel would have been great. I just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool, but again, Mike McDaniel. You just gotta kind of look at is like, did he get Tua as far as Tua could go?
I mean, he worked
Or-
wonders with Tua. But, Marcus says they're going to hire another quarterback coach. They sure will. I don't know who that's going to be. But he did well. He did well with Jaden. He did well with Marcus. Although I don't know about Sam Hartman because apparently that guy can't be developed to save his life. So do you credit David Blau for not developing him? I mean, he's the assistant quarterbacks coach. You couldn't develop your practice team guy. I'm not sure, but Dave Blau it is. We'll find out more as the season goes along. I don't know what to expect. I'm excited for the youth infusion. I'll put it that way. But okay. Defensive coordinator search, guys. So the defensive coordinator still ongoing, still out there. Joe Witt Jr. is not coming back. First names you're hearing is Raheem Morris. Let's talk about Raheem Morris. Him and Quinn have a lot of connections. They have both talked about each other and praised each other for a very long time. Raheem Morris was a safety at Hofstra, and Quinn was a defensive line coach. That's how far back, 1996. And then they reunited again in Atlanta when Quinn was the head coach, and he brought Raheem Morris as a defensive coordinator and assistant head coach. So they were together for 6 seasons before Quinn was let go after that Super Bowl. And then Morris took over as the interim head coach. Morris went to Tampa under John Gruden, and then eventually became the head coach there, and then eventually flipped over to Atlanta. So I don't know the scheme Raheem Morris runs. I'm not sure. I don't know if any of you guys do, but it would be more experience in this building. If you think about Anthony Lynn, Brian Johnson, Raheem Morris would be more experienced, or do you go young on the defensive side too?
I think you have to.
I don't know.
I think you have to. Like if you go like older veteran defensive coordinator, what's the point in having Quinn?
Yeah,
what's he there for?
So
I think since you gambled on offense
okay. So I'll tell you what Raheem Morris.
He's only been the coach for the last 2 years in Atlanta.
But Raheem Morris has been a head coach. He's a veteran.
No. I'm just saying. Let's look at his. I want to look at his defenses though. His defense this year was ranked 19th in points, 15th in yards. And then last season, his first season, was 23rd in points, 23rd in yards.
But what was he as a coordinator in Tampa Bay?
Let's go look.
Because he's going to be a coordinator. So
Raheem Morris, okay, if you want to know the kind of schemes he runs, all right, he definitely prefers a 3-4 base or variations of 3-4.
Go back to that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of cover 3. He'll go 2 high safety and then run cover 3. And he'll do cover 1, cover 2, cover 3 quarters. But it's a lot of hybrid stuff. He loves hybrid linebackers. All right. So like Akeem Madrano, if he can develop, would be great for a Raheem Morris system.
That's already late for that. It's over.
I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of sub packages, so forth. He definitely favors cover 3. Does a lot of zone blitzing. He'll rush linebackers, he'll rush defensive backs, and then drop linemen into coverage.
Right.
So a lot of zone blitzing out of that too. So he's definitely a guy who prefers scheme over just raw talent.
Yeah.
Man on man, beat the guy in front of you. His is we're going to create pressure and leverage using scheme.
Okay.
Yeah, and he got that. He of course he learned that under Brandon Staley, Vic Fangio. Those are all guys he learned under.
Yeah, all good names. Dev, here's his numbers in Atlanta. Tampa in 2009, 10, 11. So the first 3 rows from the top, we're gonna look. 11, he was 27th in yards, 27th in points. In 2010, he was 17th in yards, 9th in points, and in 2029, 30th in yards, 32nd in points. So he's never had, if I'm reading this right, these ranks have not been good at all. Passing defense seems to be okay. Rushing defense is just horrendous every year. 32, 28, 32 in yards.
It's because the modern 3-4, if you got it doesn't match up well with modern linemen.
Right. That nickel base, and you throw Caleb Downs in there, and you got a box safety who can execute.
You can do damage in the passing game, but man, because those guys can get back in coverage, but it's hard to stop the run because run game, you just want you put a man on there, a hat on a hat.
Jim Sleazy said white guys can look nerdy in their profile pics if you haven't heard them speak. Yeah, context. Mike McDaniel is a good example of that. So that was
McDaniel's mixed.
He is mixed. He doesn't look like it though, unless you really know that.
No.
Jeff
Mike McDaniel is the NFL's logic.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly it. Jeff Ulbrich, the Falcons defensive coordinator. So not only do you have the Falcons head coach, you got the Falcons defensive coordinator, who've had rumors of being hired for this position.
It's going to be someone that Dan Quinn is very familiar with. And that runs systems that are very similar to what Dan likes to run. And Raheem Morris does run schemes that, even though Dan's more of a 4-3 guy, Raheem Morris in concept and in theory is much more in line with a Dan Quinn than some of these other names.
So I think my opinion right now is not Raheem Morris. It's not Ulbrich. It's Al Harris of the Bears. He's the Bears secondary coach. He was a cornerback for 14 years. And then
I remember Al Harris.
Came 2012. His picture's down there in the bottom. He was 4 years as the Cowboys as their defensive backs coach. And so that's when he was with Dan Quinn as defensive coordinator. He developed Trevon Diggs, Deron Bland, and then Ben Johnson brought him over this year. And the Bears now led the league in takeaways. So there's some Al Harris would be kind of nice, I think. I wouldn't mind some Al Harris love. And then finally, the other name, Patrick Graham from the Raiders. I can't think of anything good the Raiders did on defense besides Max Crosby. And then Brian Flores from the Vikings. We know Brian Flores, the former Dolphins head coach, who I believe is still going through the legal proceedings with the league for collusion and telling him to tank. He's a Belichick offspring. So he's a Belichick assistant, a very good defensive pedigree. So those are some names, man. Flores or Al Harris would be kind of nice.
I'd rather have Al Harris.
I'd rather have Al Harris.
Doesn't call plays. That's
once again, Al Harris has not been a defensive coordinator, so he also has not called plays.
I'm saying. So
we would have two coordinators, an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator, who've never called plays ever, being in their first year. Now, if everyone's okay with that and the ownership's okay with that, let's do it. You know, I don't know, but I don't know who said it earlier, but maybe that's the offshoot of bringing in an experienced guy as a DC, a guy who has called defensive plays before. And if Bobby Wagner is gone, now you have a new defensive coordinator with a non-veteran, quarterback of your defense and Bobby Wagner not being there. I got a feeling somehow they're going to bring Bobby Wagner back, man. I don't know how.
I mean, I don't see why he's not. He wasn't the worst player on the team. I'd welcome
just
him
in
back.
The passing game.
I'd welcome him back as long as he just plays first down, second down.
Yeah. See, Jim says I think our DC is coaching in the playoffs. Yeah, I hope so. That's sometimes where the best talent is. But that's the defensive coordinator. Phil, who would you like to see for defensive coordinator? If all things
really don't
being
have
equal?
a strong preference at the moment. Like there's so many options available.
Yeah, there's probably some we aren't tracking either.
Well, there's probably some on these playing in the playoffs.
They can't get interviewed yet.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's why I'm kind of waiting to see
Yeah.
what the field looks like before I say go after this one.
I guess today we interviewed a guy named Denard Wilson. He's the Tennessee Titans defensive coordinator. He's from Maryland. He's a Maryland native. He was on our practice squad in 2004. Never heard of him. So I guess we interviewed him. Who else? That's a wild card candidate. No one was really tracking. I'm trying to see. Oh, tracker. There's a tracker out there on the Commander's Wire. Okay. What do we got here? So defensive line coach from the Chiefs, Joe Cullen. He was interviewed. We got Cowboys denied permission to interview the Falcons, Jeff Ulbrich. But that matters because we would like to interview him and we have not been allowed to. Raheem Morris may not coach at all in 2026, allegedly. That he might do television instead. That's interesting.
Good for him.
We did interview Denard Wilson, and that's really it. It's been really quiet on the defensive coaching front. Marcus says Clint Hurt or Al Harris. Who's Clint Hurt? At first, I had to make sure that wasn't someone setting me up like
Nick.
Mike,
you seen the Snickers gifs out there?
Mm-mm.
Of like Ritz crackers whipping
Clint Hurt.
Snickers
Clint Hurt's the defensive line coach for the Eagles.
Oh, he's a big man.
He's a massive human being.
He's probably a former player, I'm guessing, just by the looks of him. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he played. He actually, I don't know if he played in the pros.
No,
he's always been a coach.
Whatever happened to that one line?
He did play at Miami though.
Whatever happened to that one lineman who looked like Mr. Incredible? It had like thighs for telephone poles for thighs. He worked above Ryan Kerrigan, if I'm not mistaken. Was he like our defensive line coach? Remember that big dude who was just like 6'5", just looked
Oh yeah, and I knew who it was too.
A large stature of a man. You know what I'm talking about? Remember, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh God, name's gonna kill me because he's a guy who was like you knew him.
Wow.
Not Mike Mamula. It's a name. It ends with an A. I knew that.
Amendola?
It was last year. Last year's roster, right?
No, it was a couple years ago. But I would say
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the name. It was he was
Zagonia, Jeff Zagonia.
Zagonia. Yeah, that dude was a beast.
Yeah,
I was thinking Tom Sula. That was the other one. I was like, no, he's too old. Yeah, Jeff Zagonia, because Zagonia was a former lineman.
Yeah.
Did he do something cool when he was here? And I can't remember what it is. He did some like crazy shit. It's something we was all like, damn. Did he lift something or some shit? It was something crazy.
I think he still can lift like he's playing.
And I think he would do stints on the sled.
Something he used to do,
and
man.
It was
I can't
like,
remember. Man. It was like, what the fuck is this dude? I can't remember.
Marcus says D-line coach for the Eagles, used to coach at Louisville with Charlie Strong.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Is his name floating out there, Marcus? Not sure.
Marcus.
All right, let's move on to one Marshawn Lattimore, who was arrested in Cleveland on a possible charge of carrying a concealed weapon. He was stopped in traffic in Ohio at 6:14, booked, later released. They're saying he had a Glock, improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle. The team hasn't taken any action yet. He was also arrested in March in 2021 in Cleveland, charged with a felony receipt of a stolen firearm, but it was later dropped and just misdemeanor of carrying a concealed weapon, which it wasn't legal there. So, I mean, remember, he tore his ACL back in November. His contract is not guaranteed next year. We can cut him and save $18.5 million. Does this do anything for Marshawn Lattimore's case coming back to Washington, D.C.? I think he was already done anyways. This is just probably like, well, there's the
any chance he had of coming back just
icing on the cake.
Yeah, can I say something?
You sure
I
can.
read this. If you got money and you like guns, and here's the thing. I got a little money. I don't have money like that, but I got a little money. And I like guns. But if you're someone who has any level of fame and you have any level of money, make sure your shit's legal.
Exactly. It's like, come on, man.
This is the shit that you will easily get busted on. It's such an easy charge.
You made $18 million last year. I know you got it.
Couldn't go take the stuff down to a gun shop.
Oh, you were hurt.
It wasn't like you were practicing to play.
Right. I know you got it.
When you were practicing, it wasn't like you were practicing to play, because when you showed up in the field, you sucked half the time.
Yeah.
So you had time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like you got busted in a state like Maryland.
Right.
You got busted in Ohio.
I was surprised that Ohio didn't have a concealed carry law back in 2021, or he didn't have the permit to conceal carry. But here's his contract details. Pre June 1st release, no dead cap, $18.5 million savings. I think that's what's going to happen. Now, you could trade him for whatever and still get a dead cap, no, zero, and save $18.5 million. So you should try to trade him. But who's going to want to trade for that when you're just going to release him? So it didn't work out the 2 years he was here. I mean, he had some flashes, but health just seemed to take the best of him in both seasons. Slow start last year, then started playing really well last year, if you remember. Then I think he tweaked his hammy again towards the end of last year, if I remember correctly. And then this season, I feel like he couple flashes of greatness and then just nagging injuries. So I think the Marshawn Lattimore episode in this show is probably over. I don't know, Deb. What do you think?
I don't know. Like,
I mean, you've seen him play last
I
2
feel
years.
I feel like the end of the year he was all right till he got hurt. He was decent, but I don't know how worse this makes our defensive backfield. I don't know how much better it does either, though. Like, why? It ain't like we can't afford them. We can afford them. We still have one of the highest salary cap ceilings in the league. With
And $18.5 million is not that much for
a starting caliber safety.
Right now, last year he was making top 5 money.
Right now he's not. That's why I'm saying. I feel the same way about Devo. Like, I don't know why you would. I'm not in the rush to let him go, but I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird.
We'll see. I mean, if you notice, we haven't. This might be the first case of anyone on this team under Dan Quinn with a disciplinary issue. We haven't seen it. Has there been one?
Yeah. Damn it. The kicker, right? Didn't he like?
Well, they McManus. They cut him, and then he ends up missing an extra point yesterday for the Packers, who could have won the game and then tied it in. But he missed an extra point, which lost the game against the Bears. So McManus's destiny did not work out too well. Jim says, I heard Phil got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, and 9 9s.
Shit don't stop. He's a biggie.
Yeah, that's good. Good pull.
Love it, Jim.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Marshawn thing's probably over. But you're right, David. Who's out there that's better? Who's gonna be out there? Who's available? You know what? Let's just look at that real quick. So according to Spot Track, the NFL cornerback free agents available are, drum roll please. We said position's going to be corner. There we go. There is your list. Jamil, I'll even zoom in a little bit further. Jamil Dean, Jimmy Ward, Darius Slay, Jonathan
Darius
Jones.
Slay always ends up in the content.
Dude, I
swear to God, every year he's a free agent.
Eric Stokes, Greg Newsome, Melifonwu from Miami, Tre'Davious White, Buffalo, Benjamin St. Juice, Jeff Okudah, former #1 pick out of Ohio State.
Remember when everyone was mad we didn't draft him?
Yes.
And then they said, oh, well, look at Chase Young. He's a bust. Okudah's been worse.
Because didn't the Giants draft him initially? I think he was a Giant at first.
Yeah. Yes.
I think he was a Giant.
He was a Lion. He was a
Lion.
I knew he was in blue.
Roger McCreary. Dev, none of these names are calling me. Noah Igbo. Ianashi's a free agent. Dev. None of these names, dude. We might have to keep Lattimore. Might have to keep Lattimore.
Yeah, I will keep Lattimore. Like, go back up.
He's
the top of the list.
He's on that list.
Yeah, I mean, 29 years old. You got the Jamel Green. He's 29 years old though. He's gonna get the same thing Lattimore is. Is he better than Lattimore?
I don't know.
Like, maybe you can't judge Lattimore in 1 year, right? I mean,
yeah, but he's coming off an ACL also. What does that do for his future performance? And he's even going to be available. I don't know.
We still got when's what's the name coming back? What's our corner we drafted?
Amos.
Yeah, is he?
What did he do?
His ACL, right? No, it's Achilles. What? It was Achilles. Was it Achilles
or fibia? Or
he just broke his leg? Is that the play where dude just shoves him down by his face mask and he breaks
broken
his leg?
fibula? So broken fibula.
He got stiff arm to it. He got stiff arm to a broken leg.
That's probably a cleaner injury than the ACL.
He's probably healthy now. He's probably healthy now.
It's a bone break, which is usually pretty easy to.
Yeah, 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. He's probably healthy now.
But none of these names, man. Remember, Greg Newsome was a force to be reckoned with at one point.
Yeah. He's still 25 though.
None of these dudes, man. Michael Davis.
Nah.
Jadobi Awuzie was decent at one point in Baltimore. Rocky Sin. Remember that dude had all kinds of rage coming out of college. Nothing. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Dev, we might have to keep him. I wonder if he would restructure his contract. But if he's not better, remember Q Blue Kelly was on this team last year for a hot second.
Yeah.
Dude, we are hurting. I don't see. If you do market value, this might tell you, based on market value, this is the most what people are gonna. So there's some talent out there. Tariq Woolen, these guys are coming into their second contract. Cam Taylor Britt. So there's some people out there. Never mind. I misspoke.
I would take it to Cam Taylor Britt, somebody like that.
So
but I would not look to free agency for a star.
No.
But you got, I mean,
but think about
Mikey was starting to finally come back around end of the season.
But Phil
played well. What
you got your cornerback 1 and 2 both coming up. One tore his ACL, one broke his leg. That's crazy.
You don't need to bring back Lattimore. You can get somebody else in free agency if you want to. You can draft a guy. I mean, there's some he got some talent that you can get as outside of it. I mean, we need safety too. But so if you want to get Caleb Downs, you can get Caleb Downs. Mansour Delane from LSU. You got Jermon McCoy, Avion Terrell, should say. Who's the kid from Penn State? Zachy Wheatley. These are all there's going to be some talent in this draft that you can look at. And
we also need some edge rushers.
Do what?
We also need edge rushers.
Yeah, but I really think that one of the things they need to do is find a way to get a couple more draft picks.
Yeah, we need a lot. But that's what we're dealing with Lattimore. So, all right, we'll see. Games over the weekend, guys. Lots of good. Did you guys watch any of the games?
Yeah. I watched
here and there. I was watching games piecemeal.
Okay.
Last one I switched back to the Knicks game though. Can't lie to you.
Yeah, I watched the what's it called? Excuse me. The Bills Jaguars game. I watched the Niners Eagles game, and I didn't watch a lot of the Patriots game because it just was kind of boring. But let's talk about the Bills Jaguars game was very entertaining. I really thought the Jaguars were going to pull it off. Trevor Lawrence just came up short when they really needed him to, but he very respectful game. They took the Bills all the way to the end. The Bills had essentially a game-winning drive to win it. The Jags had one opportunity and they folded, but Jaguars gonna be a team to watch, man. People shit on Trevor Lawrence, but his numbers were right identical to Sam Darnold this year, and he ain't throwing. No one probably could name the Jaguars receivers. You got Parker Washington and a busted Brian Thomas Jr. He's throwing to nobody. So I don't know. Trevor Lawrence gets a lot of hate. I think he's finally figuring it out. And we'll see. That was the Bills Jaguars game. The Rams Panthers game was good. I was not thinking the Rams were gonna go 34-31 to the Panthers. That was a fantastic game. I'm actually shocked the Rams didn't do more, but I didn't think they were going to give up 31 points to the damn Panthers. You guys watching that game?
What's that?
Rams and Panthers.
Yeah, I watched that whole game.
Yeah, Bryce Young played okay. He didn't play
man,
terrible.
They tricked that game, bro. They tricked that game.
Yeah.
Carolina tricked that game, man.
They busted a lot of opportunities. So Jalen Coker is an undrafted free agent. It's essentially the wide receiver 2 behind Ted McMillan. Jalen Coker's from Sterling, Virginia, man. Craziness, man. Undrafted guy doing well in the NFL. But they took the first team All-Pro quarterback Matt Stafford down to the wire, and lost 34-31. And then there was the Bears and Packers, which let me tell you, the Packers should have won that game. 21-3 lead. I repeat again, 21-3. Jordan Love played a flawless game. 24 for 46, 323, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 loss. That is now granted, okay, it's almost little under over 50%, but he played well. And I just don't know. Caleb Williams, 24 for 48, 361, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And they still found a way to win. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm not going to try to understand. People make parallels of Chicago season and this year and our season last year. Isn't that wild? When you look at it, it's kind of true. Check this out. So how many games? Do you guys know how many games we won last year? Last second, it was quite a few, right? A lot of last drives, game winning, because Jaden was just amazing.
About 6.
Our buddy Jimmy Kemsky, writes for the Philly Voice, came up with this chart to talk about Caleb Williams. Look at the win probability in these games with the time left. They won every one of these games. 81% against the Raiders with 9 minutes left. 84% against the Commanders with 11 minutes left. 86%. These are all losing percentages, by the way. 86% Bengals to win, 42 seconds left. 96.9% chance to win for the Giants with 5:35 left, and they lost it. 75.1% with 50 seconds left, they lost it. Vikings lost. 98.8% chance of Packers winning, 4:26 left in the game. Packers lost it. 95% Packers, 6:36 in the fourth quarter. Packers lost it. That is crazy. I think this is a little more extreme than us last year, but that's wild. This is a crazy graphic, isn't it? So people are saying, did the Bears really win or did the Packers really just melt down? I don't know.
I think the Bears were playing so bad in the first half, man, that I think the Bears just thought they was going to continue to play that bad.
Yeah.
And they missed a lot of opportunities. Him going for it twice, almost like the Bears had 2 field goals in the first half that would have, even if they had the rest of the quarter, first half shit, they would have been down by a 3 points or something. Instead of just pick the field goals.
And Caleb threw a terrible interception. I don't know if you saw
terrible interception,
threw it right to the dude. Wasn't even
so they gave him 3 possessions. And two of them were in their scoring range. They hadn't really done anything to the Bears. Outside what they gave them. They gave them short yardage situations to score 3 times, dog.
Yeah.
1 of them was interception. 2 was just them going for it. They didn't have to.
Yeah.
And then that's what football is, a game of numbers, man.
It is a game of numbers. What's up, Deluxe? What's up, Sam? What's
up,
gentlemen? Good to see you. Just talking about, the parallels of the Commanders season last year and our runs we made, the game-winning drives that Jaden made. And just seeing if there's some parallels, and then this is a spreadsheet of how the Bears won at least 7 of their wins, and the percentages to lose them, for the record. Pretty crazy. And like you said, Caleb's completion percentage just shows more about long term. He's really at 50%. It's a really, really bad completion percentage, but he's winning games, like you said, fourth quarter comebacks. That's what he does off script. That's what he was special in USC for as well. Jim says, not to live in the past. Watching these playoff games, I feel our 2024 offense looked better than all of these teams. Seems like a lot of turnovers this year. Our offense last year was humming, man. And every time you needed Jaden Daniels to get you something, that kid got it, man. You felt like you always had a chance last year. Every time it was so special, just like Robert Griffin in 2012. You always felt like you had a chance with this dude under center. And I feel it even more so with Jaden. It's a great feeling. So,
even this year, you just felt like It's going to happen. Just give it time. It's going to happen. You never lost that faith.
Right.
No.
You just, fighting the injury
Don't
bug.
worry.
Yep. And then moving on to the Niners and Eagles game. Let me get back into it. That was a fun game to watch if you did watch it. That's a very sinister laugh, Phil. Brock Purdy, 2 interceptions. They still lost. Brock Purdy goes down and a late touchdown, fourth quarter. 49ers win 23-19. There was a lot of trickery. Shanny dialed up a couple gems. He had Juwan Jennings throw a 29-yard touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey. Purdy was 18 for 31, 262, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. McCaffrey only ran for 48 yards. So their leading receiver was it Demarcus Robinson, 6 catches, 111 yards. Christian McCaffrey was a second. So it wasn't like an offensive dominating performance. It's just the Eagles just did not show up. And you want to hear something funny, Phil? You know who's returning kicks for the 49ers?
Who?
Brian Robinson Jr., man. He returned 3 kickoffs. That's it's just weird seeing him back there on
He did
kickoffs.
that occasionally here. He did return a couple of kickoffs, not
Yeah.
punts. I was thinking punts.
No,
I was
these were
what?
kickoffs.
Yeah, he ran over here, so.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts, 20 for 35, 168 yards, 1 touchdown. No interceptions, 1 sack. But that is, 20 pass completions for 168 yards. I don't even know what the math of that is. It's not good. But you can't win games. Saquon had 106 yards rushing. But their leading receiver was Devontae Smith, 8 for 70. A.J. Brown, I think I saw him drop 2 huge passes. I think A.J. Brown is good as gone.
Where's it going to go, though? Like, who would want that?
Dude, he's a fantastic wide receiver. He's going to go to where a quarterback can get him the ball.
I got a song. I got a song about where AJ Brown's going to go.
DC.
Okay.
Hail to the commander.
Well, looking at his contract, he just finished his second year. Eagles don't have a potential out till 2027, but they could trade him post June 1st. They would know if they trade him, they would get a $43 million dead cap pre June 1st, post June 1st, $45 million dead cap. So they need to post June 1st trade, only $16 million dead cap. If they could get a team to pay some of that down, they might have some, but really they could make a lot of the money back next year cutting him. Their dead cap goes way down. So next year, if they trade him post June 1st, only $11 million in dead cap. So we'll see. People say the salary cap is a mystery. Anything's possible. But I would love a A.J. Brown here. Could you imagine that?
He got the money.
He does.
We
And
do
then
have
finally, Chargers and Patriots, very boring game, 16-3. Justin Herbert's finally starting to catch up to a lot of the accusations. He was 19 for 31 for 159. That's it. He was also the leading rusher with 57 yards. I'm not sure
what he put on his ass the whole game.
What I want to know is Omarion Hampton, 1 rush.
Yeah, he hurt. He wasn't supposed to play.
Yeah, I know he's been injured, and I know he was coming back, but I don't know, man. It seems like it's the playoffs. You pull out all the stops, and they just look like it's just not pretty football.
Like the Chargers.
Drake May didn't look that good either. 17 for 29, 268, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He got sacked 5 times. He was running all over the field, 66 rushing yards, but Patriots prevailed, man. They're going to be tough out. And so moving into next week, whoever wins this game tonight, Texans are over the Steelers 7-6. So right now it's the Bills and Broncos Saturday. Don't know what time yet. Niners, Seahawks also Saturday. And then the Rams and Bears, and then the Patriots and the winner of this game coming up for the divisional round. It's going to be good. It's going to be some good, exciting football. Probably looking to watch the Rams, Bears, or Niners, Seahawks more than anything else. The NFC games as opposed to the AFC games. Possibly. Deluxe says Caleb has a defense keeping him games until heroic ball. That's true. They got a very good defense. Jim was talking about more than a chance, damn near automatic. Yeah. Especially on those fourth downs last year. Jaden was automatic. I think we completed fourth downs at like a record rate last year, didn't we? With Jaden under center. B-Rod has been one of the kick returners all season. He has. It's just interesting to see him back there because we're not used to seeing him. But he's done very well in San Francisco. He has fit nicely into what Kyle Shanahan wants him to do. He's playing well. He had 400 yards rushing this year. Can't beat that. And another 25 yards in the passing game. But he's carved out a nice little role for himself, backing up Christian McCaffrey. Jim says San Diego has no O-line. Yep, they haven't for a while, and they lost. I think they're down 2 of their starting O-linemen. Slater and then the other guy are out for the season. So, but it's always something in the Chargers. Finally, Deluxe says post June 1st splits dead cap basically in half, but just for 1 year. Get another similar dead cap at the following year. Post June 1st helps now, hurts later. Yeah, front load or back load the ass pain. But all right, guys, I think we've culminated for the season.
Yep.
Underwater.
No, you're good.
Okay, sweet. Hey, thanks for everyone who joined us tonight. Shout out to Neo and Jim Sleazy for dropping the supers, man. You guys are great. Thank you so much. But once again, I think we're back in at least for live streams, back in the once a week mode. Not sure if Monday works out better or Thursday works out better. If you guys have a preference, you let us know. I think we'll still be doing one live stream a week in the off season, but definitely other recorded content that'll be released as well, just pre-recorded, released on one of those days, Monday or Thursday, just to keep up with the pace. Always not on topic, always not on Commanders topics. You guys know that. That's what we do. That's what makes this show fun.
We had to talk about all this stuff that happened in the past week. So it's like, damn, everything's happening.
Yeah, it was a lot to talk about. We missed last week. Yeah, everyone had their stuff going on.
We missed Thursday.
Last Thursday, missed Thursday. We were back Monday. Jimmy says Texans 3 interceptions. They got 3 interceptions or they've thrown 3 interceptions. What's the deal? So I'm not watching. Clearly, I'm not watching the game. Does Rodgers have interceptions or
Stroud has an interception and 2 fumbles?
Okay.
What I'm seeing here, like he just apparently threw one to start. Yeah, he has an interception and 2 fumbles.
Oof. And they're still winning, man.
They're winning 7-6.
Yeah,
so that
and
Texas defense still holding.
Yeah, bet. All right, fellas. Any parting words? We get rid of wild card weekend, head into divisional rounds.
Really, have a seat.
The entire NFC East gone.
They're out the playoffs. See,
Back on the
y'all
couch.
need us to be in there for deep runs. If it weren't for us, Philly wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl last year. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. NFC Championship, man. We were 1 game away from the Super Bowl. That's crazy. That's wow. All right. Once again, Neo, Jimmy, thank you so much for the Trooper Chat, man. You guys are MVPs tonight. Thank you so much. Jimmy Deluxe and Marcus, thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate you guys. Love y'all. All right, we're going to get out of here. I guess we'll see y'all next week sometime.
Yep.
Something else maybe to publish before then. All right, guys.
I have a new DC by then.
We might have a new DC by then. That's right. If we do, maybe we'll go back. We'll come back Thursday and talk about it.
And if we ain't here on Thursday, happy birthday to me.
Oh yeah, Phil's birthday.
My birthday is on Saturday.
Okay, there we go. Happy birthday to Phil. We'll have shots lined up. All right. Catch us on the audio, any audio you want for podcast platforms. Google, Spotify, Apple Music, Odyssey. It's all out there. And
absolutely.
Yeah, till next time. Peace and hail.
Peace.
Peace.